the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, which I have given the name as Panchama Veda. Tabu kathamritam tapta jivanam kubibhiriritam kalmashapaham Sravanamangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti E Bhuridajanaha. They always say in Vedanta, Sravan, then Manan, and third step, Nididhyasana. Sravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. These are the three steps in Vedanta to realize that Brahman. What is the Sravana? Hearing. Manana, thinking over that, pondering over that. Whatever we have heard, over that we have to think. Sravana, Manana, and then comes Nididhyasana, and then meditate over that. These are the three things. Master Mahashaya has given a wonderful description, and he has recorded the conversation of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and at the same time giving the beautiful description. So when we are studying, when we are reading, and there we find Sravana, we are listening. And at the same time, Master Moshe is helping us to imagine that particular time and the particular moment when Sri Ramakrishna was giving this sermon, this talk, so that we can transport our mind, we can take our mind over there and can imagine when we are closing our eyes, listening to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, transporting our mind into that situation, position, and then we are going deep into that meditation. Meditation on what? On the words of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, its meaning, and how it can benefit me in my spiritual life. So that is very, very important. Those who are sincere in spiritual life, or otherwise only curiosity is there, curious, they like to just read and know, they like to know many other things as a general knowledge, and similarly they like to know something about God, something about spirituality. Okay, that is a different thing. Those who are sincere seeker, for them it is a total mind given to God. We are reading, and that's called the Veda. Why? Veda is the Guru. Veda is the knowledge. And through Veda, the knowledge that comes to us slowly make our mind in such a way that we disassociate with all the things that we are in. Slowly we disassociate. We are with them, very much with them, but not attached with those. So that is the teaching Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is giving. Here, he was, as we have already studied, as we have already know, he was in a group of among the Brahma devotees. He went there and they assembled over there to chant over and to think over that. So here we find that Sri Ramakrishna is having the conversation with a Brahma devotees. And when he said, how can one realize God? A very pertinent question, very important question. Those who are sincere, very interested to realize God, for them this question is very, very important. And it is asking God himself. I am asking the question, how can I realize God? To whom I am asking? To God himself. And the answer is very simple. It says, by directing your love to him and constantly reasoning that God alone is real and the world illusory. is all temporary. This is the answer. Now sometimes some people, they don't like it. The moment we talk about the impermanency of the world, we don't like it. But liking, disliking doesn't matter. That is the truth. Things are going to go, whether you like it or not. So if we look at our life, when we were born in a family, what was the situation? And then all those who were so close to us, what happened to them? Automatically they have gone, brothers, sisters, our relatives, they are all engaged in different. So then we are going and we are getting connected with some other people, other environment, and we are not understanding that actually we are becoming alone, lonely, traveling lonely. And some people coming in our life, few days they are living with us, and then again they are going to their own directions. This way the whole life is going. And more we are attached to that, more we are thinking about that, the more we are bound by that, and more suffering, more life, more birth, rebirth going on. So Hinduism teaches, so this is temporary, whether you like it or not, this is the truth. Now if you can understand this, and as quickly as possible you understand it, you try to go beyond it, and that is called Ishwar Lava, etc. When he asked how can one realize God, it's not that you have to accept Hinduism or Christianity or Buddhism or Jainism. There are only schools, nothing else. We go and enroll ourselves in that particular school of thought. But the main thing to realize God, that is important, directing your love to Him. The love means the whole heart, all feelings, directing love to Him. And then constantly reasoning that God alone is real and the world illusory. Why the reasoning? Why constantly thinking in that way? So regularly preparing myself so that I am not attached. I am in that. I am not leaving the samsara. I am performing all my duties, but I am not attached to it. Then the Brahma devotee is asking another question, and that is very, very interesting. Most of the people, they talk in that way. We have passions like anger and lust. What shall we do with these? Now, I cannot simply say, well, I am free from anger. No. I have desires. And when those desires are not fulfilled, anger. Why anger comes? Unfulfilled desires. So, desires are there, and I cannot simply say, in a fine morning I will say, oh, I am giving away all desires. You may say, you may repeat, you may write, but desires are there. It is always there, lurking in the heart. Sometimes expressed, sometimes not. It is there. And as long as desire is there, I cannot totally give my love to God, because I have some other things also to take care. So what to do? Here Sri Ramakrishna is giving the very practical suggestions. Direct the 6 passions to God. Passions are 6 types. So he is telling the impulse of lust should be turned into the desire to have love with Atman. The tremendous desire is lust. And if we have turning that desire to God, as Mirabai did, and all the successful people in the spiritual world they did, that is called turning that passion towards God. And I love God. I must have Him. I must see Him. I must talk to Him. I must feed Him. So that is the tremendous force going towards God. And second, feel angry at those who stand in your way to God. If anybody is coming and standing on my way, I am so angry. There are so many incidents. I can remember one long back in Calcutta, one young lady, very young, in the school level only, class 10, 11 like that, and she fell in love with her teacher. The teacher is to come to teach her in her home, and that private tutor, and the tutor was almost double the age, a married person, having the children, everything. But this girl was having a little property, not very rich, but some. Maybe that the man, he was thinking to get those things. So this way, you know what happened? That young girl killed his grandfather, grandmother, father and mother, these 4 persons, only for that love. She wanted to achieve that person, and he gave the idea that when they are taking food, mix this type of medicine and they will be unconscious, then do like this, do like that, with the electrical wire, everything, all details that gentleman told, and this girl did. Why? Father, mother, grandpa, grandma. Wow, how come that girl forgot? That's called lust. A tremendous force in the mind, and that forgets everything. And never hesitate to kill even those so close. And that is that strength. So that's why Sri Ramakrishna is telling, if you can turn that towards God, and if you think that no, I am going to realize God, anyone talking and coming and trying to drag me out of that, anger on that. Feel greedy for him. How come that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he realized God, Shankaracharya realized God, Jesus Christ realized God, Buddha realized God, why I should not? That type of the greed, if you must have to feel of I and mine, then associated with God, and the ego. I cannot give up my ego. I, that consciousness is constantly there. So feel I belong to God. The God is mine, I and mine. That should be turned into God. Say, for instance, my Rama, my Krishna, my God, my God. If you must have pride, then feel like Vivishana, who said, I have touched the feet of Rama with my head, I will not bow this head before anyone else. So that is the pride, ahamkara, and all the 6 type of passions. And all the 6 passions, when you are turning towards the God, you realize God. So wonderful way of teaching. For whom? For only Hindus? For Muslims? For Christians? For whom? For each and everyone, those who are desirous to realize God. So that is the wonderful discussion. It always turns us towards that. Now these passions are very, very strong. As I was giving an example, a very tremendous, terrible example. And if the passion goes towards the worldly things, what happened? As they happened to that girl and her master, teacher. Both of them were in prison, and they could not satisfy their desires, and they ultimately passed their days, and maybe they were hanged or something like that happened. So this way, we are actually, when our all passions are directed towards the worldly things, the result comes that is terrible. But those passions, when directed towards God, result is beautiful, very full of happiness and respect. Unselfishness is more paying, but we don't have the patience to practice it. Swamiji said, Swami Vivekananda. Unselfishness. What is that unselfishness? Me and mine, that is selfishness. Just opposite. Thou and thine. Everything is towards God, everything is God. So that way, when everything is directed towards God, anyone coming to the God, I am so happy, and I feel that friendliness. Oh, they are coming to God, the good people. That friendliness, that love, and we become friends and like relatives. So that is the beauty of, so you are expanding with joy. And when people look at you, look at this man, totally dedicated to God, whenever you are approaching him, he is so kind. And that is one thing I must tell you. The moment one goes to a religious person, thinks that he will be kind every moment. So practicality you have to see. It is not possible to be all the time courteous and gentle when I see that you are making a mistake. It is also the duty of the holy man to make that person rectified, corrected. So that is also essential. So mind has to be kept open. I am going over there for what? To learn. Now you have to forget your position, your age, and then only as a humble person when you are going, then only you can receive, otherwise not. So they say depict the picture of Shankaracharya, sometimes the guru, sometimes the preceptor, sometimes the holy man may be young than me, but that doesn't matter. It is the knowledge, it is the experience, it is the realization that counts. So that is also Sri Ramakrishna is telling. So this is this. All the passions, all the desires should be directed towards God. Then another devotee is asking a very interesting question. He is telling most of the people, they in everywhere, wherever you go, in the question answer, this is the question you always face. If it is God that makes me do everything, then I am not responsible for my sins. If it is God that makes me do everything, in the Vedanta it says, and also the devotee, they believe that without the will of God, you cannot even blink. Sri Ramakrishna gave an example, without the wish of God, even a dry leaf will not fall. That much. Everything predestined. If it is so, the argument is, then whatever I am doing, it is predestined, he is asking me to do. So how come I am committing sin? So Sri Ramakrishna is smiling after listening this question, hearing this question, he is smiling, and he is immediately, the answer is yes. Duryodhana also said that. You know the Duryodhana story in Mahabharata. He was a villain. And he also said that. What? Toya Rishikesha Hridistitena Yatha Nijuktoshmi Tatha Karomi. You, the God, you claim yourself God, isn't it, Krishna? You are the Rishikesha. Rishikesha means one who is inside and controls all my senses. If you are directing me within me, and if you are asking me to do, and I am doing, then what is the sin? I am against you, I am against the Pandava, I am killing people, cheating people because of you. And why then you are believing, punishing me, arguing with me, angry with me? It is you only, isn't it? That is Duryodhana's argument. Sri Ramakrishna, to give this answer somewhere else, he is telling a story. And that story, it goes like this. A person, he was a very good gardener, and he developed a beautiful garden. Whoever is to come into that garden, they is to praise, oh my God, the beautiful flower, the beautiful trees. And he used to feel, I have done this, I have done this. The last year I brought this plant, and I have done this, I have done, every time I. It was all right. then suddenly one cow someday came, and perhaps cow was also appreciating by eating. And the cow was eating those good plants and flowers, and this person became so angry, he went and killed that cow. Now Hindus believe that if you are killing a cow, the sin is committed. So obviously, go hotya papa, as they call it. The sin committed by killing a cow, it came to the Brahmana. This is a story. And told that I am entering into you because you have committed this sin. Then wait. I have to tell you one thing. You are the sin that trying to enter within me, but do you know? I did nothing. Because in the scripture it is written, it is the Indra, the God or the Lord of all gods, Indra, that controls the senses. And this my hands and my mind and all those things are controlled by Indra. Now Indra gave me the anger, Indra brought that staff, and then Indra raised the hands, my hands, and bit that cow and killed it. How I am to blame? You go to Indra. He is the main sinner. Then the sin, he was confused. So it is true, in the scripture it says all our senses are controlled by Indra. Then he went to the Indra. Indra told, is it? That's true. I control all the senses. Okay, but wait a little. Let me talk to that man. Then the Indra came in the disguise of another gentleman. And he entered into the garden from the other direction. And then started praising, oh, it's just like the garden of the Indra. It's a heaven even is not so beautiful. Who made it? Then the Brahmana heard. He came running and told, it is me, sir. I did it. It's all my planning, all my. Indra was going on praising and approaching towards the place where the cow was lying dead. He went, oh my God, who killed the cow? Then that man was taken aback. He was not expecting this question, and he was so much engrossed in praising himself, so he forgot that he should not take this gentleman to that corner. Now he was standing quiet. Then Indra said, all the good things, you, and bad thing, Indra? No, it is you again. So let the sin enter into you. So Sri Ramakrishna is telling, Duryodhana said that, Tvaya Rishikesha Hridistitena, you, O my God, who is sitting within my heart, and you are directing me to do whatever I am doing, but that won't do. And he says, if a man has the firm conviction that God alone is the doer and he is his instrument, then he cannot do anything sinful. Look at it. If a person is totally dedicated to God and 100%, he says, I do nothing. Whatever the God is directing me to do, I do. As Sri Ramakrishna himself. He never did anything himself. Every time he used to go to the goddess Kali, and whatever she told, he used to do. For us, of course, we never could understand. The one person came and he told, by seeing you I can understand you are a very good student of Vedanta. I like to teach you Vedanta, and then I like to give you sannyasa. Immediately Sri Ramakrishna, wait, let me go and talk to my mother. This man was from the northern part of India, from Punjab, and he was telling, oh, these Bengalis people are all the time talking about mother. Okay, let him go quickly and get the permission and come back. I am waiting for you. But Sri Ramakrishna went to whom? Went to goddess Kali in Dakshineshwar temple. and conversing with the mother. Mother, that man told that you have, I should take sannyasa, and I am capable to take sannyasa. Is it true? Shall I take? Then he was very happy. Mother gave the permission. Nobody could understand the conversation. And then he came with full confidence. Yes, mother told, she has brought you here to give me this initiation of sannyasa. Give me, tell me. He was wondering. And afterwards, the moment he said the mantra, sannyasa mantra, immediately he went into the trance, into samadhi, and sat like a stone for 3 days and nights. Those who have read those wonderful stories in the life, and that is true. That room is still there where this thing happened. That tree is still there. The Ganges, the river is still there. It's not a cock and bull story. This is the history. And when you went over there, he sat, then that person, he was thinking, to get this type of deep meditation, it took 40 years in my life. And this man sat and went into samadhi just in a flash, not coming down. Then he started shouting to bring his mind down. After 3 days and nights, he came down. So when he totally dedicated to God, God is doing everything. Everything. When we were young, we became the monastic member in the Ramakrishna mission. And the Ramakrishna mission is an unique monastic organization. And asked the monastics to go and run a school or a college or a relief work, to go into different difficult places. So naturally, as a monastic, we are supposed to be away from those household things, but they asked us to go, and we were very young that time. Then one of our brother, he asked the then President Swamiji, Swami Vivekananda ji, and he said, Swamiji, you people are asking us to go into those places which we have left, and we don't like to go there. And suppose you are asking us to go, and as an organization we are supposed to obey, we go and something wrong happens in our life, what will happen? If we fall, then naturally some of the vows that we have taken as a sannyasi, if it breaks, then what will happen? With great confidence, the Swami told, it can never happen. If you are going with that idea and confidence and the faith that I am going to perform God's work, if you even go to hell, nothing is going to tarnish you. No bad, nothing wrong can happen to you. But the moment you think that I am doing, that ego comes within you, I cannot say anything. That is up to you. That is up to you, because the ego means I. Then that time you are not attached with God. You are not doing God's work, you are doing your work. And he gives the example, Sri Ramakrishna gives the example. When the father is holding the hand of the child, there is no chance for the child to fall. But if the child is holding the hand, the ego works. I am holding the hand of my father. Sometime he may leave the hand of the father, and sometime he may try to do of his own and can meet accident, may suffer. The father is not responsible for that, because you have left the father's hand. But when the father is holding, he will never allow you. Even if you are asleep, the father will go on taking care of you. So that is the reason we have to, those who are willing to get the blessings of God, desirous to see God. And how to see God? These are the examples, and very, very simple. It says, in the scripture, it says that there are, in the human life, there are 3 types of action, but the result 3 types. 3 types means sometimes Some people, they will be complaining that man is committing so many bad things, but still there is no problem for him. He is respected in the society, he is living a very good life in the society. Then when you people say about the morality and constantly tell us to do some good thing, thinking good, why? That man is not doing, but he is enjoying his life. But we do not know the result is accumulating. Each and every action has its equal and opposite reaction. It will be. If you have done something good, good will happen to you. Something bad, bad will happen to you. So sometimes when you are suffering, know it for sure, in some life, somewhere we did something wrong. So this is. And that time we need the Purushakara, the self-effort, self-confidence and self-effort to go beyond that. And that time if we break, we suffer more. The results are three types. And this is the speciality of the Hinduism. Today one young lady came. In this year she is going to join her college, higher study. And she is associated in some group. And she teaches the younger group Hinduism. So I was jokingly asking her, what is Hinduism and these like that. She knows many things. But Hinduism is a vast subject, naturally it is difficult. The karma theory is a very special theory among the Hindus. The moment the karma theory is there, then naturally reincarnation also comes on the process. What is the reincarnation? I have done something in this life, but the result, good or bad, whatever, but the result has not come to me in this life. But it is going to be fulfilled in next life, sure. That is why Swami Vivekananda said, good, good, bad, bad result. None can skip the law. No one can skip the law. But there are another 2-3 things are there. So here it says 3 types of result. One is sanchit. The Sanskrit word is sanchit, in stock. And that has not been opened. We do not know what is there. It is there. Maybe some good, maybe some bad, but the stock is not open. Sanchit, in the stock. Agami is ready to give fruit. Agami means it is ready. Like an arrow has already been fixed in the bow, but still the person is holding it. It has not been shot. So the holding the arrow, like that, it is ready to bear fruits. That is called agami. And then comes arabdhya, ya prarabdhya. Arabdhya, already earned. This arabdhya, that is exactly what is happening in our life now. So this arabdhya, anything that is happening in our life now, that is all the past karma that we did, and that is already giving the fruits. That is called prarabdhya or arabdhya. These are the 3. And it says, Naiva arabdham vinashyati. Vedanta sar, it says, Naiva arabdhyam vinashyati. You cannot stop arabdhya. It has already started bearing fruit. You can never stop it, not even the realized soul. Those who have already realized God, if something was there waiting for to make him suffer, he will suffer. That no one can stop. But the 2 other things, which was not yet started giving the fruits, that can be nullified. And that which was there in our stock, not opened, that can be nullified. That can be erased after realizing God. So that is the way they say. And in the Vasishtha, when he was talking with Sri Ramachandra, Vasishtha was the guru of Ramachandra. He used to be there, And Vasishtha also told, you see Rama, Ato eva. Ato eva means there is many other arguments are there, and in conclusion it says, Divido vasana bhuiha shubhaschaiva ashubhascha to. One is good and another is bad. Two different types of desires are there. Results are also two different types. One is good result, another is bad result. Now ultimately Vasishtha is giving the conclusion to Sri Rama, Ata eva he Rama, O Rama, therefore Sriya prapnoti shashyatam, to achieve the highest goal, shashyatam, eternal, Sriya, the best thing. If you like to get that, then Swayam Yatna Panitena, Swayam, yourself must strive. That is called Purushakara. When that person was asking the question to Sri Ramakrishna, if God is doing everything, then I am not committing any sin, we are. Why? Because we have the ego. And I am the doer, this conception in the mind, so the result is also mine. When the result is mine, how can I remove that? How can I stop that? Then the Vasishtha, in Yoga Vasishtha Upakarana, Mumuksha Upakarana, it says very clearly, you have to try. Swayam, yourself, yatnapanitena, by striving, by trying very hard. Purushe naiva nanyatha, by your self-effort, and there is no other path. There is no other path. No one can save you. So you have to try very hard. And what is that try? By listening the holy words, sadhu sangha. You have to go and have the company of the holy. What is the company of the holy? There's all these words that Sri Ramakrishna is telling. When we are reading the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, that is the company of Sri Ramakrishna. When you were reading the Bible, there is the company of Jesus. So that way we have to understand these are the words of God's, and I must have to understand these, and it says in this way. Sri Ramakrishna looked at the devotees assembled in the worship hall and said, now all people now gathered over there. So Sri Ramakrishna now turned to them and he saw these people and he commented as a very, very important. It says, it is very good to gather in this way now and then. Some people, they are trying individually in their homes, in their private shrines, nothing wrong, that is good. But when you come in the assembly, when many people have assembled and all of them are singing, praising the name of God, meditating together and listening to the wonderful words, so that gives more benefit than individual effort. When a person in the individual effort trying to meditate, and most of the time nidra, that is one of the hindrance. That nidra, that is the sleep, the slumber, and slowly the moment the mind is quiet, you are trying to withdraw the mind from the work, different type of thoughts, you are removing, the mind becomes quiet. Instead of thinking God, it goes into slumber, it goes into sleep. So that is one of the very, very heinous, we can say, difficult problem in meditation. So that it says, Sri Ramakrishna says, it is better to be together. When together, even if I feel sleepy, I cannot do that. Even if I feel restless, I cannot get up. Because some other people's presence are there. Their mere presence making me concentrated. The mere presence of all other people around me helping me to concentrate. If I am trying to whisper, immediately somebody will look at me. I am alert. I am not supposed to whisper sitting over here. And nowadays, the telephone, mobile phone, there will be announcement will be there, please stop it. So naturally I am alert. So all these gathering together, then we develop friendship among same type of mentality. Those who are going to the Hindu temples, they have a different type of mentality. Those who are going to one, and then some are going to one husband, the gentleman comes and he said, my wife is very interested to go to the Hindu temple to do some voluntary job over there. Many people are coming. You please go this way, you please go that way. That is also, the tremendous activity. And then serving food, cooking food, thinking about marketing, I am doing something. There's nothing wrong, that's very good. But if you are not thinking that I am doing it for God, then it is again the bondage. Then you will have a fight with those people. And they will come and say, why you are doing like this? No, yeah, this is my prerogative, I must do like this. Then there is all things happen in the society. That is very common, it is very natural. And ultimate result, spiritual result is zero. I have spent my time and I am over there. So that is why bichara. Why I am in the temple? That must be there constantly in the mind, asking myself. And then whatever is happening there, whatever best I can do to help, that is sufficient. And more than that, no. And the in church, I must listen to him. When the person is there, someone is there in church, whatever he says, it's okay for me. If I don't like, stop coming. But after going over there, if you are fighting, if you are agitated, if you are making a group, that is very bad. Sri Ramakrishna is giving this way. It is very good to gather in this way now and then and think of God and sing His name and glories. Whenever we meet over here in some occasions, some pujas, one of the Swamijis is doing the puja, but I always try to involve all the devotees so that they are also participating in the song or in the chanting, so that their mind is also repeating those words, understanding the meaning of all those, getting concentrated, and the moment you concentrate, your mind is purified. And the benefit of your visiting a temple is achieved. So that is the main thing. If you are not getting the benefit, so Sri Ramakrishna said, and then afterwards, Master Moshe is drawing a wonderful picture of the society. Everywhere it is almost the same. Sri Ramakrishna, he was in that gathering, it's a big gathering, and then after that prasada, that is the normal system in the Hindus, and when the prasada, the call was not coming because the socializing, hey, where from you have come, I have not seen you. So natural when the gathering it goes on, after all that things were happening like that, I went to speak in a Durga Puja pandal, and then I noticed nobody is ready to listen to me. And there is no chair even for me to sit. And when they gave me their one chair, and then I was sitting over there, I was all right. Then they asked me to go inside and to see some the Thakur picture, Durga, etc., etc. After that, after 10 minutes when I came back, the chair was occupied. Somebody else was sitting. So I was wondering where to go, what to do. But anyway, one or two persons were there. They understood, immediately brought another chair. They asked me to sit near to the image. And I found in that very moment there was no puja was going on. So all of them in groups, they are coming, the young people, they are coming and keeping the hand on the head of the lion, taking snaps, sometimes selfies. It is Durga Puja. And you are supposed to give respect to that image. And because the image has already, I don't know, but maybe that you are supposed to put the prana, that means is the living God is over there and we are worshipping. And these people, without knowing anything, who will say what? In America, it's a free country. So you can do the puja, I can take the selfie, no problem. So the young people going inside and someone is putting hand on the lion and giving an show and then taking the picture. Someone is putting inside the hand, inside the mouth, and someone is taking the pose of the Ashura, going on. So I was enjoying. This is also joy, this is also love, and the joy comes from God. But only thing, if we can understand through these image, we are actually remembering a real God, bus, everything is done. Only that much. The image that I am looking is not ordinary, is the God's image. And this moment, God is coming before me through this. That is all. So that's why then they gave me the microphone. Whether you like it or not, microphone is such a thing that sound is reaching everywhere. So obviously, I took that opportunity to tell that when you come before Goddess Durga, after seeing all the lion and the asura and these and that, look at the eyes of the mother. Imagine the mother is looking at you. And when I was telling like that, the people slowly, they became calm and they came and they were trying to do that. So that way, sadhu sangha, because they don't know. The moment they learn, immediately things change. What is changing? Mind, thinking, and along with that, behavior. And the moment that changing, immediately the whole attitude gets purified. And the blessings and the benefit of visiting or performing a puja is received, obviously received. The effort is only to direct the mind, that's all. How can we? By hearing, by listening, by learning. What? The best words. So here Sri Ramakrishna, he was talking with one or two people over there, most of the people, they were engaged. Now the picture is, they are very much engaged, and how that person who was organizing sometimes I also go to different parlors, talk. There's some devotees, they invite, I go over there, they invite their relatives, neighbors, and then I chat with them, talk with them, give something about, talk about something about religion, after that socializing. And naturally that is good, they will be mixing. That is mixing. And they forgot the presence of Sri Ramakrishna. And this is in Calcutta, and Sri Ramakrishna has to go back to Dakshinesha. And in those days, you have to hire only the horse-drawn carriage. And that too, ordinary people, they used to hire the cheap rate carriages drawn by old horses. Not very comfortable journey. The Sri Ramakrishna was thinking what will happen because it is night, 9 o'clock. It's a very late night, even because from Calcutta to Dakshinesha, they will go in that, and there is no light on the roads like this. So he was worried, and he was telling to his companions, some of them, they were sitting near him, his own devotee. Master Moshe is drawing the picture. Worship was over. Most of the devotees went downstairs or to the courtyard for fresh air while the refreshments were being made ready. It was about 9 o'clock in the evening. The hosts were so engrossed with the other invited guests that they forgot to pay any attention to Sri Ramakrishna, the God himself. What they were doing? They were praying. To whom they were praying? To God. And now the God himself is present over there in person, and they were not having that capacity to understand. So that is the main. When after the war almost over, And the Bhishma, he was lying on the bed of arrow, because the Arjuna put so many arrows in his body that he was lying on the bed. He was not touching the floor. He was lying on the arrow, Sharashajja. And Arjuna went to pay, because Bhishma had that capacity to die at his will. So he was observing what is going on. Arjuna went there, Krishna was there, and Arjuna noticed that the Bhishma is crying, tears rolling down from his eyes. And he was wondering, Kshatriya Veer, he is the very hero in the war. He is crying, he is afraid to die. How is it? He asked to Krishna, why? The grandpa, he is crying, he is afraid to die. Then the Krishna knew, Krishna told, go and ask him, why you are asking me? I am not crying, he is crying, go and ask him. Arjuna went. Now this is, I am adding, Krishna didn't say that. Krishna only told, go and ask him. And when the Arjuna went over there and asked him, you know the answer? He said, I cannot understand the will of God. God is doing everything. The moment he wants to do anything, he can. But while he is with you, you people are suffering. How it is? It's very, very difficult to understand how the God is working, his ways of working, system of working. I cannot understand. So I am wondering. That is the way I am. So this is the God also going over there. God himself going over there, sitting with them, talking with them. But he is not changing the minds. Look at it. He is only waiting. Because that you have to do. What God is doing over there, his presence, he is only telling the truths, the secrets to realize God. How one can realize God? Turning your mind towards God, he said. And do this and do that and do that, he said. But didn't force for others to do. He is waiting. As per their condition, they will move. So that is, he is waiting over there. Now and then he is telling, how come that they are not inviting? They have already invited us, but not calling for the food. I am hungry, and it is night, already 9 o'clock. When I will go? One young boy was with him, he used to be with him, and he became the first president of the Ramakrishna mission afterwards. Very high spiritual soul, that is, his name was Raja. So it becomes Raja Maharaj. Rakhal was his main name, then afterwards given, people used to call him as Raja the king, then all this. Brahmanandaji Maharaj. He was a young man of 16, 17 years. He was the son of a landlord. So naturally he was having that, the young people, and he was telling angrily, Rakhal angrily, sir, let us leave here and go to Dakshineshwar. The master, with a smile, because a young boy, naturally they behave like this, he said, keep quiet. The carriage hire is 3 rupees and 2 annas. Who will pay this? Sri Ramakrishna, the God, because when a holy man is invited, you are supposed to pay. Otherwise, that you are inviting the holy man, that is not complete. You have to pay for his up and down, then you have to give him some gift, then that complete, it will complete. So Sri Ramakrishna is so compassionate. There is no limit to the master's kindness. Master Mahasaya, the teacher, he is mentioning, there is no limit to the master's kindness. The hosts were mere youngsters. How could he be displeased with them? Even though they did not show him proper respect, further it would have been, and inauspicious for the household if a holy man had left the place without taking food. That's why wherever the holy men they go, at least if they can't eat anything, they will sip a little water. They will drink little water. And then they pray to God, so all the blessings be on them. So that is the tradition, that is the system. And Master Masha is just this portion I will read, how they were behaving. So the society people, they forget. After a long time, dinner was announced. The devotees were asked to take their seats. The master with Rakal and others followed the crowd to the second floor. Just like an ordinary, so they all went. No room could be found for him inside the hall. Finally, with great difficulty, a place was found for him in a dusty corner. Can you imagine? The Brahmin woman served some curry, but Sri Ramakrishna could not eat it. He ate luchi with salt and took some sweets. And then Master Masha is writing, there is no limit to Master's kindness. And from next again, we will see how Sri Ramakrishna, he is visiting different houses and meeting devotees, inspiring them to come and gather over there. And as the tradition, wherever he used to go, they used to sing bhajans. And mainly at that time, there were two major groups, even now also, particularly in Bengal. One is Vaishnava, another is Shakta. Shakta means those who worship Kali, and another group is those who worship Krishna. And there were a group of people who used to sing all this kirtana. Kirtana depicting, describing the life of Krishna and how Sri Ramakrishna reacting to those. Now let us conclude by offering our pranam to him. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa drita vigraham vai Ishavattaram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namama. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.